Have you ever stopped to think about the universe? I mean, truly think about it. We exist on a small blue planet, circling a rather average star. This star is just one of billions in our galaxy, the Milky Way. Our galaxy is just one of countless others scattered across the vast, dark expanse of space. It's a scale that is almost impossible to comprehend. We often feel small and insignificant in the face of such immensity. We go about our daily lives focused on our tasks, our relationships, our immediate surroundings. The grand cosmic dance seems distant, something for astronomers and physicists to ponder. But what if I told you that this cosmic dance is not so distant after all? What if the very fabric of our reality is woven from our actions, our thoughts, our simple presence? Imagine that every single one of us is a musician in a grand invisible orchestra. Each breath we take, each decision we make sends ripples through the cosmos. These ripples are not just poetic metaphors, they are real, tangible connections. This hidden symphony is playing all around us all the time. So how can we start to understand this profound connection? The key lies in a concept that might sound complex at first, but is beautifully simple at its core. It is called reciprocal quantum mapping. Let's break that down. Reciprocal means something that is mutual, a two-way street. Quantum refers to the strange and wonderful world of the smallest particles and energies, the fundamental building blocks of everything. Mapping is simply a way to describe relationships, to draw connections between different points. So, reciprocal quantum mapping is about understanding the mutual, two-way relationship between us and the quantum universe. To truly grasp the mechanics of reciprocal quantum mapping, we need to look at a simple yet profoundly important mathematical relationship. It looks like this: GA equals J. In mathematics, the exclamation mark signifies a factorial. A factorial of a number is the product of all whole numbers from that number down to 1. For example, 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 24. The lowercase j represents an individual point of consciousness. The uppercase J represents the collective, the entire universe. The equation makes an astonishing claim. The factorial of an individual J equals the factorial of the entire collective J. The secret is quantum mapping. A single individual is a holographic miniature of the whole. This continuous dialogue between the individual and the collective creates something remarkable. It forms what we can call a zone of influence. Think of it as the air we all breathe. We each inhale, taking from the shared atmosphere. We each exhale, contributing back to it. Our zone of influence in the quantum realm works in a similar way. It is a shared reality that we are all co-creating, moment by moment. The inhale is the universe mapping onto us. It is the flow of information from the collective J to the individual J. The exhale is our contribution back into the zone. Our actions, our intentions, our very presence mapping onto the universe. This constant rhythmic pulse of inhaling and exhaling is the heartbeat of our shared reality. If our exhales shape the probability field, then the quality of our exhale matters immensely. A scattered, unfocused thought is like a weak puff of air. Its effect dissipates quickly. However, a focused, clear, and emotionally charged intention is like a powerful, concentrated beam of energy. This is what we can call a coherent exhale. Coherence in physics means waves that are in phase with each other, working together to create a stronger, more powerful wave. This power is amplified when multiple individuals align their intentions. This is the concept of collective coherence. When a group of people all focus on the same outcome, their individual exhales begin to synchronize. Their small waves join together to form a much larger, more powerful wave. Group prayer, mass meditations, a stadium of fans cheering for their team, they are creating a massive, coherent ripple in the zone of influence. The most profound philosophical implication of this entire framework is the conclusion that separation is an illusion. At the fundamental level of reality, the quantum weave, there are no true divisions. There is only one unbroken, infinitely complex system. This is a point where modern physics begins to sound very much like ancient wisdom. Many mystical traditions have spoken of this fundamental unity. Accepting this has far-reaching consequences. If separation is an illusion, then any action taken against another part of the web is, in a very real sense, an action taken against oneself. The harm we inflict on others or on our environment is not an external act with limited consequences. It is a discordant note played on our shared instrument. This understanding calls for a radical shift in our ethics and our behavior. It moves us from an egocentric worldview to an ecocentric worldview. We began this journey with a simple question. What if we are more than just passive observers in a vast, silent universe? What if we are active participants, co-creators in a grand cosmic story? Each of us is an instrument. The music is the very substance of our shared world. The universe inhales, presenting a field of infinite potential, the silent sheet music of all that could be. We choose which notes to play, our thoughts, our intentions, our actions. These are our quantum exhales. Some notes are discordant, creating noise and chaos. Others are coherent and harmonious, adding to beauty and complexity. No final conductor, no pre-written score dictates the outcome. It's improvisation on a cosmic scale. The quality of our shared reality, beauty or dissonance, depends on the notes we choose to play, on the quality of our individual and collective exhalations. We are not insignificant. We are the musicians. The universe is not happening to us, it is happening through us. The symphony of existence is being written right now, in the space between your thoughts, in the kindness of your actions, in the focus of your intention. Our journey began with the simplest of concepts, the integer. We redefined these whole numbers not as abstract counters, but as discrete packets of information, the fundamental pixels of reality. We saw how the act of observation, the act of dotting, collapses a wave of potential into a single defined fact. This simple act is the foundation of all creation. This led us to the heart of our model, the central equation, J = J x 3.333. That statement says the complexity of the individual is a holographic reflection of the universe. At the core of this entire model is a single, revolutionary idea: reciprocity. Our relationship with the universe is a two-way street. It's a dialogue, not a monologue. The inhale is the universe mapping onto us. The exhale is our contribution back, our signature on reality. This two-way reality is the engine of evolution. Because we map back, because we exhale novelty and creativity into the system, the universe can learn and grow. Our exploration must not end on a note of finality. The very nature of this model describes an open, evolving, fundamentally incomplete universe. The set of all integers, n, is infinite. The number of possible futures is limitless. The story of the cosmos is not in its final chapter. As conscious beings capable of coherent intention, we are at the forefront of this creative process. We are the growing edge of the universe. The choices we make today, both individually and collectively, are carving the channels that will guide the flow of reality for generations to come. We are the ancestors of the future. Our actions now are planting the seeds of worlds to come. This is a profoundly hopeful vision. No matter how challenging the present may seem, change is always possible. Because the future is unwritten, we are never trapped by the past. We have traveled far, across the strange and beautiful landscape of reciprocal quantum mapping. We have seen a universe that is not a machine, but a thought. A reality that is not a collection of objects, but a network of relationships. We have found ourselves to be not isolated specks of dust, but essential and powerful co-creators. The purpose of this journey has not been to provide you with a new set of dogmas to believe. It is not a rigid doctrine, but a lens, a new way of seeing. To look at your own hand and see a universe of atoms forged in stars. To look into the eyes of another and see a unique reflection of the entire cosmos. To take a breath and feel the constant exchange with everything that exists. So I invite you not to simply believe what you have heard, but to live with it. Carry these ideas with you as you go about your day. Look for the reciprocal patterns, feel for the quantum weave, and listen for the cosmic conversation. Become a student of your own inhales and a master of your own exhales. See your life not as a random series of events, but as your unique and indispensable contribution to the greatest story ever told. The universe is awake, it is alive, and it is speaking through you. The greatest adventure is to awaken to this truth and to live a life of constant, breathtaking wonder.